Hey guys, this is Matt with 2 Feet Outdoors YouTube channel, and today we are in Brooklyn, New York City, and we're headed out kayak camping. All right, let's go ahead and get this kayak set up. All right, and we're paddling. All right, so we just launched at the Marine Park kayak launch. Before getting everything set up, I actually walked the shoreline and did a little trash cleanup. My goal was to pick up an entire bag of trash. I succeeded and got rid of the trash in a trash can. So now we're out on the water and we're kayaking. All right, and here's the trash I picked up. Directly in front of us, off in the distance, is an osprey on top of that post. I'll see if I can get a better shot of it. This area of Marine Park, in my opinion, is one of the most beautiful areas of Brooklyn. So much beautiful marshland. Lots of wildlife. I see another osprey off to the left. I'll have to get my camera out. Such a beautiful day today. The temperature is supposed to get up to about 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Few beautiful clouds in the sky. But no rain is forecasted over the next few days. Way up here on the right, there's a whole bunch of cormorants. We'll see if we can sneak up on them. All right, now they're staying right where they're at. Wow. That was amazing. I've never gotten so close to so many cormorants. And they actually stayed without flying away. That was incredible. All right, so you guys are probably wondering where I'm going to attempt to camp. And straight ahead of us is a man-made island called White Island, also known as Mau Mau Island. Many years ago, this area was a salt marsh, and then they actually created that island as a landfill, and then they turned it back into a marshland and revitalized it. So it's 70 acres. It's a pretty large island. But we are going to investigate the far side of it. So opposite side from where we're at, closer to the Belt Parkway. I saw a spot on Google Maps that looked like it might work to spend the night. So that's the tentative plan. And we're gonna paddle there and check it out. Plans can always change. And straight ahead of us are two more osprey. We're gonna paddle into this little cove and see if we can get a good shot of these osprey. To the right. And besides that siren that you hear in the background, you wouldn't think you were in Brooklyn, New York right about now. All right, so one of them flew away when I was trying to get into position. This to the right is White Island or Mau Mau Island, but we are currently on the far north side of it, and we're paddling to the far southeast side of it. The wind today is definitely not as light as it was forecasted to be. But this area is fairly well protected, so it shouldn't be too bad. So a lot of my recent kayaking trips have been what I would consider more urban adventures in polluted waterways. And for this trip, I wanted something more nature inspired. I think it is so beautiful, and I wanted to bring a different element to it for this trip. So this whole island, if you can see off to the right here, it's surrounded by rocks that were put in place, and also bricks. You can see like interlocking bricks, like large concrete bricks, just to keep this landfill from eroding. Look at that heron, or egret rather, that just took off, passed in front of us. That was cool. You know, obviously Brooklyn and New York City as a whole is heavily populated, urban area, and this right here is the reason I like to come out on the water in my kayak, because you really get to experience a different side of New York City. This is so peaceful. It's so quiet. Only occasionally am I hearing an airplane off in the distance, maybe a siren, but overall, if I just stop paddling, you don't hear anything except the wind. So this right here, I believe, is an old bridge, and I want to say it was a bridge that they used when there was a landfill here to get to the island. I'm just gonna paddle along these pilings. Gonna keep an eye out for anything underneath me. Definitely don't want to run into anything. I can hear an airplane, I just can't see it. Must be behind the clouds. Yeah, this is really cool. I did notice that you could see this on Google Maps. Shout out to those of you who always put in the comments that the minute you see my video pop up, you pull out Google Maps and follow along. I think that's amazing. You know, I'm trying to figure out the best way to potentially put maps in my videos, but you know, if I flash a map on the screen, it really doesn't do all that much. Whereas if you follow along on Google Maps, you can literally see where I am throughout the paddle based on landmarks that I'm pointing out. You can see how sandy the shoreline is here. Like right this second, I would never think that I'm in Brooklyn, New York. And that's not a negative on Brooklyn at all. It's just, you know, people think of Brooklyn and these urban environments as just that, urban environments. But it's more than that. It's this right here. It's beautiful nature in the urban environment. Like this looks to me like we could be on a tropical island somewhere, paddling along the shoreline. 2 Canada geese right in front of us. One of them just took off. There goes the second. So cool. One additional bit of information about this island is when they were excavating the Belt Parkway, they moved a lot of the sand from the Belt Parkway during construction to this island. So the way I loaded my kayak with my camping gear, right behind my seat is a void, and there's plenty of space for my tent, my sleeping pad, and also my sleeping bag. I also threw some extra water back there. And in the front of the kayak, there's a void where I put some food and cooking gear. So yeah, it's pretty much loaded up front to back. And no matter how much you try to travel light, there's always so much stuff that you need. So yeah, directly in front of us, it looks like there's a swim platform out here. Yeah, check out this swim platform. I'm guessing it's anchored down. But straight ahead is that spot that I was talking about, that we may try to camp here. They put up a whole bunch of American flags There's a picnic table, chairs. Wow. Yeah, let's paddle up to it and check it out. All right, let's take a walk up here and see what it looks like. Wow, this is really set up. Incredible. I did not expect this today. Well, I'm wondering if people are going to come here today or if I'm going to have this all to myself. This is really cool. What an amazing spot. All right, I unloaded some of my gear just to lighten the kayak. I'm gonna head out in a moment to go for a little paddle. But yeah, right here it says, bag your garbage, take it with you, keep Mau Mau beautiful. Definitely plan to do that. We're gonna keep this place clean. It's really beautiful, and I'm just so happy to be here right now. All right, I'm back out on the water. So yeah, this spot where I'm gonna camp tonight, this is absolutely perfect. I never in a million years expected it to be like this right here, all set up the way it is. But I guess it's summertime, and who knows what I was looking at when I was looking at Google Maps. But yeah, on Google Maps, it just kind of looked like an open, sandy area, possibly with a few chairs, but this is far exceeding my expectations, so I'm really happy. One thing I want to do is paddle over here to the Belt Parkway Bridge and just check that area out. We definitely have a little bit of wind today, a little more than I wanted, but it's not too bad. This guy on the wave runner keeps circling around. That seems to be their thing. They just circle and circle and circle. And I got this other guy coming on a boat, small boat. Has this music all cranked up. We're gonna contend with their wakes. Yeah, so that's the Belt Parkway up there. Oh, and off in the distance, I can see the New York City skyline. Definitely gonna get a shot of that from up here if I can get on some high ground. We'll see if we can get a shot of the New York City skyline. All right, we're gonna see if we can get out here safely. But yeah, I just pulled the kayak out right here, but needed to go through this fence to get up to the bridge. So we're gonna go check out the bridge. I know you guys probably can't see it with that camera, but the New York City skyline is right over there. I'll get a closer shot with my other camera. But yeah, what a beautiful day it is. See if I can get back without wiping out on these rocks. Those were such amazing views of the New York City skyline and the spot that I'm camping. But yeah, we're gonna walk underneath the Belt Parkway. Okay, yeah, on this side, you can see the Marine Parkway Bridge. All right, let's get back out on the water. Yeah, I think we'll paddle the shoreline back up towards the campsite. Looks like a Zodiac inflatable on the right here that's smashed up. Probably some dinghy that came off of somebody's boat. Directly straight ahead of us, you can see the tan shelter and the American flags waving, but that's our spot where we're camping overnight. All right, we're just paddling back up to camp. All right, guys, check this out. I just had a couple guys on jet skis come visit, spend a little time here on the island, and we were talking for a while. Good guys. And the tide went out and their jet skis kind of got stuck. You can see here, we had to pull them out. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get this tent set up. peace and quiet on Mau Mau Island in Brooklyn, New York City. It doesn't get any better than this. Man, what a day. All right, it's time for some dinner. Gonna have a camping meal, chicken and dumplings. Yeah, basically it's just a dehydrated meal. I'm gonna let it soak. I've had this one before, it's very good. Gonna go ahead and try this meal out. Pretty good. I'm going to let it soak a little bit longer. Much better. Very hot. All right, well, I'm going to finish eating dinner and I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of my sleep system set up. And one thing I realized that I forgot today was my inflatable pillow. So I decided I'm going to use my PFD as my pillow. Should work fine. All right, guys, what an amazing day today was. Got airplanes flying overhead. It's time to call it a night. We'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get some water boiled and start some breakfast. Still have airplanes flying overhead. And for breakfast this morning, spicy Southwest style skillet. Potatoes, shredded beef, black beans. Oh, no way. I brought the wrong thing. Normally, it's a breakfast skillet. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's not a breakfast skillet. You know what? We're gonna make it anyway. That is hilarious. What a way to start the day. I'm not having breakfast. I'm having dinner. That is funny. I grabbed the package that said skillet, and normally it says breakfast skillet. Oh, I can't get over it. Well, at least that gave me something to laugh at first thing in the morning. The sun should be coming up in a few minutes. All right, we're gonna let that soak, and I'm gonna have dinner for breakfast. All right, spicy Southwest style skillet. Let's see how that is. It wasn't my breakfast of choice, as you know. It's pretty good. I'll give it that. Well, I already got the tent all packed up, all my sleeping gear packed up. I just need to load up the kayak. But yeah, one thing I did yesterday, right before the sun was going down, I actually walked the shoreline and did a cleanup. This campsite here is very clean, but along the shoreline around this island, I was able to go a bit to the right and a little bit to the left, and I was able to get an entire bag of trash cleaned up. So somehow I'm going to load that up onto the kayak and paddle back with it so we can put it in the trash. But yeah, I'm going to finish my breakfast, and I'm going to start getting the kayak set up, make sure this campsite is clean, and we'll be back out on the water. All right, you can see the bag of trash that I picked up from the shoreline here. Yeah, lots of glass bottles, plastics, all kinds of stuff. But I want to show you something. Yesterday, when we kayaked and landed here, the water level was like right about here. And if I turn around, you can see how low the tide is. It's really nice and sandy. I do have to be careful. I'm walking barefoot, and there is some broken glass. And if you remember that swim platform that we paddled past yesterday, it's right there. So yeah, this tide is really, really low. Yeah, and there's the camp. Such an amazing place to stay overnight. Peace and quiet and relaxation right in the middle of Brooklyn, New York. I had it all to myself. All right, and we're paddling. Just wanted to point out one thing. Up here, there's a seat that's facing the water, and it says, "In loving memory of Uncle Henry." So I just wanted to point that out and dedicate this trip to Uncle Henry, even though I don't know who he is, but we're paying him respects. And what a beautiful morning it is. So yeah, that trash bag that I collected, I have it right behind my back, tied onto the kayak. It's only tied down in one spot, so hopefully it doesn't become a problem and fall off, or try to fall off and then drag. But it's really calm. It's actually nice and breezy out, and it feels somewhat cool. I don't know what the temperature is. Lots of birds over here on the shoreline. So the creek that we paddled in yesterday to get to the campsite, that was Mill Creek, and that's on the east side of Mau Mau Island. And then where we're paddling right now is Garrettson Creek, and this is on the west side of the island. So on this trip, I collected 2 trash bags full of trash along the shorelines here in Brooklyn. And I'm not saying that because I want any type of credit or a pat on the back or anything like that. I just hope potentially to inspire others that when you go out on the water or when you go hiking or just enjoy the great outdoors, pick up a little trash here and there. A little bit goes a long way. It doesn't have to be a full bag of trash. But especially these paddles where I'm in New York City, and there tends to be more trash than other places. I really think it makes a difference. So, just something to think about for the future. I've seen a bunch of egrets and herons already this morning. In my Westchester Creek video, I asked you guys if you thought I should create a second channel for different types of reviews or setting up my kayak, different things of that sort. And I decided, along with your help, to keep everything on one channel. So this channel, 2 Feet Outdoors, I'll do everything here. So yeah, I just want to bring you guys the best videos I can bring. It's just a matter of having time to do all the things that I want to do. So yeah, there's a beautiful, beautiful heron right up here on the right. Hopefully I can get close enough that this camera will pick him up. Yep, there he goes, taking off. I also really appreciate the suggestions that you guys put in the comments about different locations to go paddle, different areas to check out. So many of my kayaking trips have been because of you guys. So thank you for the suggestions. Keep them coming. So there's 2 herons up on the right and an egret. All the herons took off. There was actually a third. Beautiful egret on the right, taking off now. Look at that. So much wildlife right here in Brooklyn, New York. I mentioned it yesterday that I'm getting ready to hit 10,000 subscribers soon. Right around the corner, just a few hundred away. And the majority of people that watch these videos aren't subscribers. So if you guys are out there and you pop into the channel regularly and you watch these videos and you're not subscribed, I would love it. It would make me really happy if you guys would subscribe to the channel. It really makes me happy that you guys are watching, enjoying them, commenting. I tell you, the comment sections have been amazing. Look at this little guy on the right. He's smaller than a heron. He's brave. There he goes. On these pilings straight ahead, there's a bunch of seagulls and 1 cormorant. The cormorant's the 3rd piling from the left, straight ahead of us. We'll see if we can sneak up to him. Oh, he's taking off. It's another egret up on the right next to the salt marsh. So this building straight ahead of us is the Salt Marsh Nature Center. Look at that cormorant right there on the right. Man, when I launched yesterday, you would have never have known that all these pilings were here. Because it was high tide and they were all underwater. See if we can squeeze through here. I think we made it. All right, trash bag number 2. All right, guys, before wrapping this video up, I came over here to Glass Bottle Beach, also known as Dead Horse Bay, and I just wanted to scour this beach. It's actually a landfill along this beach. So there's really, really interesting things to find. So I just did an out and back on the beach and just wanted to show you a couple things that I found. One of those items was a Coca-Cola bottle. We could probably search this and discover that it's from the 1940s to the 1950s. Just random bottle here that's green. Yeah, just it says, looks like squib. I don't know, a lot of these bottles that you can identify by the name, you can search them and find the dates that they were made. Here's a little creepy doll that was probably stuck in a landfill for a long time and it's all crushed. But yeah, there's all kinds of interesting things like this. Here's the head to an old hammer. It's kind of interesting, all rusted out. Now this one I found really interesting. It's an iron, an old-timey iron. It says Manning Bowman. It actually has like a dial on it, and it says cotton and wool, and this thing's very heavy. So interesting. One thing I need to get out of my pocket that I found that was kind of cool, and these are actually pretty hard to come by, apparently. All right, so a glass bottle stopper. That's pretty cool. Those are pretty hard to find. And also, here's a glass button. So yeah, this place here, Glass Bottle Beach, really interesting stuff to find. Anytime I come over to this area in Brooklyn, I like to make a pit stop here, walk along the beach to see what I can find. Always so interesting. I hope you guys enjoyed this overnight camping video right here in Brooklyn, New York. I loved it. I had a great time. So much fun. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one.